Well, pleasant good evening. Welcome to Devon Prep for opening night of the Delco Baseball League 2020 season. It's been a long time coming. Usually the league gets started sometime around May, mid-May, early May. But this year with the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic across the globe, sports came to a halt at the professional level and at the local level. That includes the Delco 30th, and we're here for opening night, featuring last year's champions, Wayne hosting the runner-up, Concord, in a rematch of last year's finals series, as is tradition in the league. My name is Joe Greenwich. I'll be bringing you tonight's action so long as the weather holds out. We had a little bit of light rain, that's why we're a little late getting on the air this evening. Electronic equipment and water do not mix, but right now we're good to go. We're live, and hopefully we'll be here for the duration. Thanks for tuning in. We'll get the lineups right now. Wayne manager Brian Feely and Concord manager Frank Savitsky meeting with the umpires at home plate. Lineup exchange. The teams had quick meetings with league officials before the game, discussing how some things will be a little different this season in light of the start of the pandemic. But we thank you again for tuning in to tonight's game. We'll go through the lineups real quick. First, for visitors from Concord, leading off will be the shortstop, Raul Perez. Batting second baseman, Chris Anderson. Batting third, the center fielder, Rowan Terran. First baseman, Chris Salvi, bats fourth. Batting fifth is the catcher, John DiMucci. Batting sixth, playing right field, is Eddie May. The left fielder, Drew Morse, bats seventh. Third baseman, Bobby Jones, will bat eighth. And batting ninth is the pitcher, right-hander Ethan Pecco. For the home-standing Wayne baseball team, as they take the field, we'll go around the infield. Behind the plate is Brady Mutz. First base, Matt Briner. Second base, Dan Williams. Third base, Anthony Vigiano. The shortstop, Nate Sides. And left center and right, it's Luke Mutz, Chris Newell, and Ed Paparella. On the mound for Wayne is right-hander Billy Corcoran. So it's Pecco and Corcoran getting the start on opening night of 2020. On what is a much cooler evening than we've experienced the last few days in the Philadelphia area. Like I mentioned, a spot of rain, some of that humidity in the air, but it did kind of break Sunday night into yesterday. Bit of a crowd out here. Everyone keeping their distance from one another, trying to stay safe, as the state of Pennsylvania and the Philadelphia area have started to reopen from the COVID-19 restrictions that were put in place to try to reduce the spread of the virus. But here we are, the last day of June. In 2020, we are ready for opening night in what will be an abbreviated season. Corcoran throws his warm-up pitches. Concord in their green tops with white pants, gold trim on the white numbers and stylized C logo. Wayne in the traditional pinstripe white pants, black tops with the white name and lettering. A throw down to second base to end the warm-up period, and we're just about ready to go here from Devon Prep. Leading off for Concord is the shortstop, Raul Perez. Corcoran shakes off the sign already. From the windup, first pitch is in there for a called strike. And baseball has returned to the Philadelphia area. Nothing in one, the count to Perez. Corcoran winds. Takes on the inside corner. Corcoran quickly ahead of Perez, nothing in two. It'll be Perez, Anderson, and Terran to start the order off for the Canes. 0-2 pitch. That one is hit in the air down the right field line, and it's hooking foul. Nothing in two remains the count to Perez. Start the order off. Corcoran winds. The 0-2 is high. 1-2 the count. Corcoran misses high, so now Perez back level 2-2.
How you doing?
2-2 pitch. Taken high, so Perez has battled back from down 0-2 to fill the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The leadoff batter of the game of the 2020 Delco Baseball League season. Wind 3-2, swung on and missed. So after getting ahead 0-2 and then falling to 3-2, Billy Corcoran strikes out Raul Perez for out number 1. So I'll bring up Chris Anderson, the second baseman. First pitch from Corcoran, swung on and missed at the high fastball. Guys eager to get out and face some live pitching, play some ball. 0-1, called strike. So Corcoran once again quickly ahead, 0-2. And time called. Anderson steps out. 0-2 pitch, fouled off the hands. We follow the same progression here we did the last at bat. 2 quick strikes and a foul ball. 0-2. Checks the swing, pitch is high. Anderson holds up, so 1-2 the count. Corcoran throwing a lot of high fastballs early on. One-two from Corcoran, swung on and missed. Anderson is strikeout victim number 2 and out number 2 here in the top half of the first. Center fielder Rowan Terran will come to bat with 2 outs here in the first. Corcoran winds his first pitch. Terran takes low. Catcher Brady Mutch trying to frame that pitch, but a little bit low. The 1-0. Swung on and missed, 1-1. The 1-1. Another swing and a miss on a fastball. And Billy Corcoran getting it up there early on, 1-2 the count. Should Terran get aboard, Chris Salvi on deck. Corcoran set. Time is called. Ain't that the way it goes once you come set? The batter tries to take you out of your rhythm. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. So the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rowan Tarrant. Pitch on its way. Check swing foul. Got a piece of it, so we'll stay at 2-2. Two pitch hit in the air down the right field line, tailing foul towards the hill. Out here, Devon Prep on the outskirts of Delaware County. Delaware County, a huge place. You come all the way here to Devon, you got the Garnet Valley, you've got Upper Darby, and all the way down to Chester. Wide-ranging geography of Delaware County. The 2-2 in the dirt. So the count goes full for the second time this inning. Raul Perez worked the count full after being down 0-2 and went down on strikes. So now 3-2 the count to Tarrant. Corcoran throwing a lot of pitches here in the first inning. He's got 2 strikeouts. The 3-2 is low. And so Tarrant is aboard as a 2-out base runner. First baseman Chris Salvi will step in. Corcoran works from the stretch for the first time. Eyes the runner. Set at the belt and delivers pitch. It bounces in front of the plate. It hits Mutz in the mask. Stays in front of him, and that forces Tarrant to scamper back to first. It's barely 10 minutes into the season. He's already taken a bit of a beating back there. One's low, so 2-0 now the count to Salvi. Big lead off of first for Tarrant, and Salvi fouls off the 2-0. One. Change up inside. 3 balls and a strike now to Salvi. Catcher John DiMucci waits on deck. If Salvi can get aboard, keep the top half of the first going for Concord. Swung on and hit high out to right. It is deep. It is back. It is gone. The first runs of the season will come on a 2-out, 2-run home run by Chris Salvi, and Concord leads it 2-0. Corcoran was on the cusp of getting out of the inning. He was ahead of Tarrant, lost him to a walk, and then Salvi, ahead in the count 3-1, takes one for a ride deep out to right. First pitch to DiMucci in for a called strike. Swung on and fouled off. 0-2. Right fielder Eddie May waits on deck. Corcoran has assignment. Now he steps off. He's back on the bump. He winds. Swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. Corcoran retires the side on strikeouts, but first, Chris Salvi goes deep for a 2-run home run to give Concord a 2-0 lead. It's Concord 2, Wayne coming to bat. This is the Delco League season opener. Coming to you live from Devon Prep. We'll be right back. Back here for the bottom half of the first inning from Devon Prep Concord with the early 2-0 lead. Alden Mathis to lead it off for Wayne. He'll be followed by the shortstop Nate Sides, center fielder Chris Newell, right fielder Ed Paparella, second baseman Dan Williams, Anthony Vigiano, the third baseman. First baseman Matt Briner hits seventh. Left fielder Luke Mutz bats eighth. Batting ninth, the catcher Brady Mutz as Mathis takes strike one. 2 out, 2-run home run by Chris Salvi has the Canes on top 2-0 here in the first. On the mound for Concord is right-hander Ethan Pecco as Mathis rips one down the left field line. He's running hard into second base to throw out in time. A leadoff double for the 2019 Delco League Finals MVP. Alden Mathis picking up right where he left off, right on the same field in which he led off. So an RBI opportunity for Nate Sides with nobody out here in the first. First pitch off the chest of DiMucci. He chases it down. Mathis back safely to second. As Ethan Pecco steps off. On the pitch taken high by Sides. 2-0 the count to the Wayne shortstop. The 2-0 is high, so now after a leadoff double by Mathis, Sides ahead 3-0. Sides taking all the way, strike one. Three-one pitch is high. Now the first two batters aboard the bottom half of the first inning. So that will bring up Chris Newell, center fielder. Some gray clouds over the third base side. And some sunshine breaking through some regular clouds down the first base line. Hopefully that part of the system will hold out. Looking at the radar earlier, once we got to 7 o'clock, we'd be clear, but between now and then, the chance of some spotty showers as Newell takes strike one. The 0-1 is outside, 1-1 the count. Looks for the sign, he's got it. Comes home, swung on and hit down the third base line. That's going to get through. Well, looks like it went through. My vantage point a little bit blocked. Yep, Alden Mathis safe at third. The bases are loaded with nobody out for Ed Paparella. Pecco works from the stretch, just barely misses hitting Paparella with the first pitch. And as a car behind us just barely misses hitting another one. Well, the 1-0 from Pecco is taken for a strike. Bases loaded, nobody out. Concord up 2-0 over Wayne here in the bottom half of the first inning, but the defending champions threatening right out of the chute. Pecco's offering, swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-2. Cold third strike. Paparella goes down looking. That is out number one. A big out for Ethan Pecco. That'll bring up future Delco League Hall of Famer Dan Williams. Many-time All-Star. Past league MVP. In a spot to make a mark already this season. Takes the first one low, blocked by John DiMucci. Let's take a quick spin around the defensive alignment. As we mentioned, John DiMucci behind the plate. Chris Salvi at first, Chris Anderson at second, Bobby Jones at third. The shortstop is Raul Perez. Left field, Drew Morrison. Center field, Rowan Terran. And right field, Eddie May. All backing up pitcher Ethan Pecco, who is in a spot of trouble here. First pitch, rather the 1-0 to Williams, swung on and missed at the off speed. He shakes his head ruefully. He knows he got on that one. Takes outside for a ball, 2-1 the count. It's Alden Mathis at third, Nate Sides at second, Chris Newell at first. One out here in the first. Pitch on its way. Williams takes a strike. The count goes to 2-2. Pecco is set, the 2-2. Swung on and tapped foul. Williams stays alive. Two pitch. Can't hold up. He went around. Strike three. Now Ethan Pecco can see his way out of about as bad as a jam can get. Let the 1, 2, and 3 hitters on with nobody out in the first. Now he struck out the last two batters. He can see his way out of it, but this is where misfortune befell Billy Corcoran in the top half of the inning. Third baseman Anthony Vigiano steps in, looking to play the Chris Salvi role for Wayne. First pitch to Vigiano, takes high for a ball. Should he get aboard, he'll be followed by first baseman Matt Briner. That one's outside, so now 2-0 the count. Vigiano in the driver's seat. Two-0 pitch. Taken high, 3-0 the count. There's nowhere to put Vigiano, so time call. Frank Zavisky will come out and have a chat with his pitcher. A brief chat. So 3-0 the count to Anthony Vigiano. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. As he takes strike one. Concord up 2-0. But Wayne threatening about as threateningly as you can threaten. Had bases loaded, nobody out to start the inning. Vigiano ahead in the count 3-1, trying to salvage something for the home team. Winds the 3-1. Takes strike two. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. The base is loaded. Here in the bottom of the first, runners will be away with the pitch. This time Pecco working from the windup with the bases loaded. Runners go. Pitch is low, and Vigiano draws the walk and an RBI, and that will cut the Concord lead in half. It's 2-1. As Alden Mathis crosses the plate. That'll bring up Matt Briner. First pitch in for a strike. Nate Sides at third base, Chris Newell at second, Anthony Vigiano at first. As Briner bats from the left side. Pecco kicks. That one is popped up and it back. Fouling out of play, nothing in two. Left fielder Luke Mutz on deck should the inning continue. Pecco shakes off DiMucci. Now time is called. Pitch is high. Briner tries to hold. They say he didn't go. So ball 2 strikes the count. One-two pitch, just got a piece of it, fouls it off the netting, back behind home plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a ball and 2 strikes. The count to Briner. Wayne has 1 in, looking for more. Score 2-1 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Pecco from the windup. The 1-2. Breaking pitch hit by Briner out towards right center. Making his way over to it is Terran, the center fielder, and he will make the catch and retire the side. Wayne gets 1 run. They do it on 2 hits, 2 walks. They leave the bases loaded. Through 1 full inning here at Devon Prep, it's Concord 2, Wayne 1. You're listening to opening night in the Delco League here on DelcoLeague.com. Six, seven, eight due up for Concord in the top half of the second. Canes with a 2-1 lead over Wayne. And his right fielder Eddie May, left fielder Drew Morse, and third baseman Bobby Jones. Billy Corcoran out for his second inning work. First pitch in for a strike. Corcoran got ahead of every hitter he faced except for Chris Salvi back in the first inning, and Salvi made him pay. 0-1 fouled off. 0-2. These two teams met in last year's championship series. Split the first two games here at Devon Prep before Wayne won Game 3, which was suspended due to rain out of Garnet Valley High School. The 0-2 bounces in there. Brady Mutz, I mentioned before, already taking a beating, and we're barely an inning plus into the season. But Wayne with a Game 3 win over the course of 2 days, and then later on that day after the completion of Game 3, Brad Skull from Concord threw a no-hitter to keep the Canes alive. That one is chopped over towards second. Williams gloves it. Have to throw it quickly, and he does. He retires Eddie May for out number 1. But Brad Skull with a Game 4 no-hitter to keep the Canes alive, and then the next day, Wayne with a blowout 12-2 win here at Devon Prep to win the Delco League title. And both of those teams back for opening night, the league tradition. First pitch to Drew Morse, he holds up, ball 1. That one's hit in the air, out towards left. The catch is made by Luke Mutz. Or rather, that ball went out of play. Sorry, left field and third base kind of obscured from the field of vision. See if we can find a better vantage point to broadcast from as we move into the later innings. So Morse back at the plate. Pitch on its way, gets a piece of it once again. Ball and 2 strikes to count. 1 away here in the top half of the second inning. Corcoran winds. One's in the dirt. Morse able to hold off. Evens the count at 2-2. Pitch on its way. That one's hit in the air out towards left, but that is foul out of play. The pitch swung on, hit once again down the left field line and foul. Morse, the left-handed hitter, peppering that left field foul line with baseballs. Swung on and missed at the off-speed pitch. Down on strikes is Drew Morse, 4th strikeout of the evening for Billy Corcoran. And he's quickly got 2 outs here in the second. Unfortunately for him, that's how the first inning started as well. Well, he ran into trouble, but number 8 hole hitter Bobby Jones. First pitch to him is taken for a ball. Should he get aboard? Pitcher Ethan Pecco waits on deck. Strike called in the outer half. That one's low. 2 balls and a strike to count. Chops that one off the plate, fielded by Corcoran. Throw over to first is in time to get the runner, and that will retire the side of 1-2-3 inning for Billy Corcoran. No runs, hits, errors, none left. We're midway through the second. It's Concord 2, Wayne 1. You are listening to Opening Night on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch in to Luke Mutz to start off the bottom half of the second inning is in for a called strike. Concord leads 2-0. The Canes with a new pitcher on the mound, left-hander. And the 0-1 is in for a strike, 0-2. Not sure who the pitcher is. A lot of the Concord players with no numbers on their jerseys. But we will do our best to find out who it is. Whoever it is, he's quickly done with Luke Mutz. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Quickly one away here in the bottom half of the second. That'll bring up Brady Mutz, and he'll be followed by the top of the order, Alden Mathis. Left-hander Jack Libero on the mound, behind Brady Mutz, who just chopped one foul. So 1-1 the count. The lefty misses just wide, 2 balls and a strike, as Alden Mathis waits on deck. Kicks and delivers on the outside corner. Misses with a 2-2, so the count goes full to the 9-hole hitter Brady Mutz. Swung on and hit out towards left. That's foul out of play. Curveball fouled off. Mutz stays alive. Looking at the latest weather report, thanks to The AccuWeather app. Looks like we're good till about 7:15. Pitch misses up and away. Brady Mutz draws a 1-out walk. Third walk issued by Concord pitching through an inning and a third. As Mutz is the catcher, is the catcher, a courtesy runner on in his place. So I'll bring up Alden Mathis, 1-for-1 with a double. First pitch swinging out towards right, but it will be caught by May. Put a charge into that one, but it was right at the fielder. And Mathis is retired on 1 pitch for out number 2. Nate Side steps in. No official at-bats today. Drew a walk his first time up. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here in the home half of the second. First pitch swung on and missed. Sides rather tries to hold, and he can't. So he's behind in the count. From the stretch, Libero now throws over to first. Libero set, off-speed pitch, gets Side swinging, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Wayne leaves 1. We're through 2 full. It's Concord 2, Wayne 1. You're listening to Delco League opening night, live on DelcoLeague.com. With the new pitcher, Jack Libero leading it off for Concord. He bunts at the first pitch and misses. 0-1. New pitcher on the mound for Wayne, right-hander Tristan Corcoran. After Billy Corcoran threw 2 innings for Wayne, Concord leads it 2-1 here in the third. 0-1, high, 1-1 the count. It'll be Libero, followed by the top of the order, Raul Perez and Chris Anderson. Swung on a ripped foul. The Concord dugout making some chatter for their pitcher. Now time called. Expect you'll see some similar pitching moves throughout the league, at least in the early going. These guys haven't played in a long time. As Corcoran winds. That one on the ground towards short, cut off by the third baseman. Anthony Vigiano the throw in time to get Libero for out number 1. The college baseball season ended on Thursday, March 12th. And I know that as I was preparing for a game the next day during my day job. So the last games of the year, for the most part, were played the previous couple of days. And this will be the first game action for the college players in nearly 4 months, as Corcoran misses low. And for the guys who are no longer playing in college, their first action since being on this field last August. So the arm's not quite where they need to be, where they usually are, the last day of June. 1-0. That one's hit in the air towards left. Tracking back is Mutz, but he's there. He'll get under it, and he will make the catch. Raul Perez is out number 2. Chris Anderson to the plate. He struck out his first time up. First pitch. Take it for ball 1. And the 1-0 swung on and missed. The off-speed pitch. Corcoran from the windup. Gets Anderson to chase the 1-1. Now he's behind in the count of ball and 2 strikes. Should he get aboard, Rowan Terran waits on deck. Winds the 1-2. Ripped off the fencing in front of the Wayne dugout. One of the Wayne guys in street clothes tonight saw his life flash before his eyes. An absolute seed coming right at his face. That's why they put that fencing there. 1-2 pitch is high. Anderson ducks out of the way. So he's level on the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch hits him. And a 2-out base runner for the visitors from Concord. So I bring up Rowan Terran. He walked and scored back in the first inning. Which, if it seems like it happened ages ago, it did. 6:53. We started a couple minutes after 6. Terran takes ball 1. Chris Salvi, the man with the home run that is the difference in this ball game, waits on deck. Tristan Corcoran will hope to avoid facing him, but he's now behind 2-0, and the throw down to first as they try to get the pick off on Anderson as he dives back in safely. 2-0, catches the inner half. 2-1 the count. Chopped foul down the third base line, so 2-2 the count to Rowan Taryn. Two pitch up and in. Taryn thought it was ball 4, called third strike. He goes down looking, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits. The Canes leave 1. We're through 2.5. It's Concord 2, Wayne 1. You're listening to Opening Night here on DelcoLeague.com. Back here for the bottom half of the third inning. Chris Newell leads it off for Wayne. He'll be followed by Ed Paparella and Dan Williams. Wayne trailing 2-1. Romero misses high, 2-0. Left-hander winds. Hop foul and out of play. Libero from the windup. Misses outside. 3 balls and a strike to count to Chris Newell. Three-one low and away, so now Newell is aboard with a leadoff walk. So I bring up Ed Paparella. 0 for 1 on the day. Went down looking back in the first, takes one outside for ball 1. The 1-0 misses. So 2-0 now the count. Quick throw by Libero over to first. Not in time to get Newell. Paparella swings, pops it sky high, but foul out of play. Runner goes, pitches high, throw to second in time. The tag also in time. Newell is caught stealing. Great throw by DiMucci. It beat Anderson to the bag. He was able to make the catch and get the tag down and erase that leadoff walk. Pitch to Paparella, though, is high, and he will replace Newell at first as he draws a walk. That'll bring Dan Williams to the plate. Williams also 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout. Wayne had bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom half of the first inning, only got 1 run out of it. And for that reason, Concord holds the 2-1 lead with an out here in the bottom of the third. So quick conference between Frank Savitsky and Jack Libero. First pitch to Dan Williams is upstairs for a ball 1-0. Anthony Vigiano waits on deck. So we reach 7 o'clock here on the East Coast. Libero kicks and delivers. Williams swings, fouls it off the netting. Throw over to first. Libero just trying to keep Paparella honest. Not much of a move attempted on that one. Williams takes strike 2. Libero throws to first, trotting back safely is Paparella. Man on, 1 out. Dan Williams at the plate. Pitch comes in, swung on and missed. He's down on strikes. 4 out, number 2. Anthony Vigiano. Bases loaded walk back in the first to provide the offense for Wayne thus far. Swung on a miss and an off-speed pitch. 0-1. The sun breaking through out behind the third base dugout. Clouds in the skies, but the shadows starting to stretch across the field here at Devon Prep. Libero over to first. Winds, breaking ball in for a called strike. 0-2 now the count. The inning continues. Matt Briner waits on deck. Pitch is high, ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on its way, swung on and hit high and far down the left field line. Will it stay fair? No, it will not. Giano ahead of that one just a little bit. A Ball and 2 strikes to the Wayne third baseman. Man on first, 2 down here in the third. That one's low. Blocked by DiMucci. Runner stays where he is. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Another throw over to first. Comes home with it. Fastball fought off by Vigiano. Tried to bust him up and in with that one. The easiest pitch to see, probably the hardest pitch to hit. Especially when it gets on you as quickly as that one did. Two on its way. That one's high. The count goes full. We've seen a lot of those so far tonight, and yet another symptom of just the lack of action everyone has seen over the last 3+ months. Another one high. So the third walk of the inning for Wayne. 6th of the game allowed by Concord pitching through 2 2/3. Well, Matt Briner steps in. 0 for 1. First pitch from Libero. Misses high. A 1-0 catches the outer half. A ball and a strike to Matt Briner. Anthony Vigiano at first, Ed Paparella at second, both on via the walk. How big is that caught stealing? Could have the bases loaded with 1 out. 1-1. Misses low. 2 balls and a strike. The count to Briner. Luke Mutz waits on deck. Bottom half of the third inning. Still about an hour and change from sundown. But with the pace of this game approaching an early March spring training game, it's always in the back of your mind. 2-1 misses up and in. 3-1 now the count. Libero in danger of walking his 4th batter of the inning, yet he would not have given up a run. (3-1) on its way. No one's taken for a called strike. So here we go. First and second, 2 outs, a full count to Matt Briner, the left-handed batter facing the left-handed pitcher, Jack Libero. Libero checks the runner at second, comes home with it. The 3-2 pitch. Check swing fouled off the pole that holds up the netting that protects all of us behind home plate. Broadcast vantage point switched from the third base side to behind home plate. Still can't see the left field corner, but got to sit where the power is. The 3-2 is swung on and missed. Libero escapes without allowing a run. No hits, 3 walks in the inning, and they leave 2 of those guys aboard. We're through 3 here in Devon. It's 2-1 Concord. It's opening night of the Delco League here on DelcoLeague.com. Chris Salvi to lead off the top half of the fourth. Salvi, the man of the hour tonight. His 2-run home run in the first, the difference in this one. As Concord leads it 2-1. Takes one low and away. The Canes with 2 runs on just the 1 hit. They've left 1 on base. Wayne with 1 run on 2 hits. They've already left 6 on board as Salvi takes the called strike. It'll be Salvi followed by John DiMucci and Eddie May, 4, 5, 6 in the Concord order here in the 4th inning. Tristan Corcoran's pitch swung on. That one is hit out towards right center, not quite as deep. Coming in on it is Paparella. He squeezes for out number 1. So to bring up John DiMucci, struck out back in the first. First pitch swinging, fouls that off of his catching counterpart, Brady Mutz, for strike 1. The 0-1 misses wide. Ball on a strike. That one misses for a ball. 2-1 the count. Swung on a miss. Now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slow roller over to second, glove by Williams, the scoop to first, in time to get the base runner. Great play by Dan Williams. A wily veteran. So 2 down here in the 4th. So bring up Eddie May, grounded out to second his first time up. Just 3 base runners thus far tonight for Concord. 2 of them scored on the home run by Salvi as May takes a strike. Well, the attendance at tonight's game has gone up by 1. A deer hanging out by the fence down the first base line, behind the third base line, rather, behind the Wayne dugout. Don't think this is where he wants to be. Pitch is high. Ball and 2 strikes to Eddie May. Drew Morse waits on deck. Corcoran's pitch. Tries to hold up. They appeal. Say didn't go. Count 2-2. Corcoran from the windup, kicks and delivers, fouled straight back. Two-two pitch is low. Count goes full to Eddie May. Corcoran has his sign, 3-2. Taken low and away. May draws a 2-out walk. So Drew Morse will step in. Bat from the left side. First pitch to him is a strike. Bobby Jones waits on deck. Catches him chasing on an off-speed pitch. 0-2 the count. On the ground to second. Gloved by Williams, throw to first in plenty of time. And that will retire the side. No runs, hits, errors. One left. We're at the midway point of this one. Concord leads it 2-1. You're listening to Opening Night here on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch of the bottom half of the fourth. Misses to Luke Mutz. New pitcher for Concord, left-hander Liam Nihill. Places Jack Liberio. Gets one over. 1-1 the count. It will be Luke Mutz, Brady Mutz, and then the top of the order, Alden Mathis in the bottom half of the fourth. Wayne trails it 2-1. Pitch in for a called strike. Niall winds and fires. Foul back off the netting. One's in the dirt. Nihill winds, pitch to Mutz, ripped over towards second. Anderson gloves over to first in plenty of time for out number one. So I'll bring up Brady Mutz. He walked his first time up. Back in the second inning. And some of the cloud cover has returned a little spotty. Hopefully things will hold out and we can finish this one. As Mutz takes strike one. Alden Mathis waiting on deck. Breaking pitch. Gets Mutz out in front. Quickly falls behind 0-2. Called third strike on the off-speed pitch. Quick work out of Brady Mutz. So Nihil with 2 quick outs here in the 4th. Leadoff man Alden Mathis, 1 for 2, led off the game for Wayne with a double, eventually came around to score. He takes one in the dirt. Mathis, as I mentioned earlier, the MVP of the 2019 finals. Getting things done at the plate and on the mound for Wayne. The 1-0. Fouled off toward the Concord dugout. Mathis had a strong abbreviated freshman season down at the University of Richmond, leading the Spiders in average when the season was shut down. He takes one outside. Two one, breaking pitch misses high. Three one on its way. That one is fisted foul down the right field line. Count full to Alden Mathis. 3-2 pitch, chops it off home plate, and Mathis will stay alive. Pitch from Nihil, breaking ball. Mathis fights it off, hits that one into the Concord dugout, got the bounce over the protective fence. That one on the ground to second. Anderson showing good range over there to glove that one before it gets through the hole. And Wayne goes down in order here in the 4th. No runs, hits, errors. None left. We'll go to the 5th. It's Concord 2, Wayne 1. You're listening to Opening Night here from Devon Prep on DelcoLeague.com. Back here for the top half of the 5th inning. Concord on top, 2-1. We are joined by Delco League President Nick Ducombe. Nick, thanks for joining us here tonight. You must be absolutely thrilled to get some game action in.
Yes, I'm pretty tickled. I mean, it was a long road to get here, but to be out here, here in the crack of the bat, watching these guys, it's a great ball game. Great night out here. There might be a few clouds out, but it's the sun's shining in my book.
New pitcher Cam Mathis on for Wayne. First pitch to Bobby Jones, who's in for a strike. Jones grounds the second one over to second base. Dan Williams, been busy the last couple innings, makes the play for out number 1. Now, obviously, we talked earlier in the game. Usually, you're starting to get to the stretch run of the season here. as June turns into July. It's All-Star Weekend with the 4th of July coming up. Instead, it's opening night. Obviously, global pandemic. We've been all stuck at home for 3 months. There's been no baseball. There's been no sports. As the batter gets up to the plate right now, pitcher Liam Nihil takes the first pitch for strike. Tell us a little bit about what kind of precautions, what kind of rules you guys have put in place just to make sure that everybody stays as safe as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely takes a little getting used to, like you said. I mean, we're coming up on the 4th of July weekend. We should be easily, 70 to 75% through the season. Looking forward to the All-Star game. And it's my first game at bat went flying there.
Nihil swings and misses down on strikes. His bat ends up well behind the third base dugout. That's a pitcher at the plate for you.
Yeah, he needs a little fine shot. But it just seemed like there's been a lot of support. I certainly, before I go any further, I want to thank, all the owners, all the managers, all the players, everybody associated with the league. It's just been a tremendous amount of support to get the games going if we can. And of course, as you and I discussed, we were only going to do it if we felt that, before we know, from state and local authorities and, trying to play baseball, if we could do it successfully with everybody's well-being intact, the best we could. We want to keep everybody as safe as possible.
1-1 now the count to Raul Perez. Perez 0 for 2 on the night. Lays down a bunt down the third baseline. Fielded by Mathis. He drops it. The throw over to first is not in time. A bunt base hit for Raul Perez. First hit of the game for either team since the first inning. We could talk about the quality of baseball we've seen tonight in a minute.
That was a great bunt. I mean, that was a beautiful drag bunt. A lost start.
So we talked about the if we could do it sort of thing. Tonight's game, opening night, the traditional rematch of the finals. Games the next couple of days. Everybody's going to get some action in, and then you're going to take a break for 4th of July as Anderson swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. What's the situation with the schedule? Is it being made? Is it made? Are you trying to keep some games spaced out for the fact that everybody hasn't been playing for a few months as Anderson takes one inside?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely consider this a soft start for these first 3 days. We did talk about maybe not starting until July 6th, but it ought to be good if we could get a couple games in this week, get off to a start, take the 4th weekend off, and we'll start again in earnest just after this weekend next week. The schedule, is still a little bit of a work in progress towards the end, but it should be final in the next 24 to 48 hours. I mean, we're looking to wrap up the regular season on or about August 2nd, and then we'll go into...
Runner goes, pitch goes between the legs of Brady Mutz. One of those wild pitches that actually goes down as a stolen base. So now a runner in scoring position in the person of Raul Perez with 2 outs.
I mean, we'll have 3 rounds of the playoffs. Everybody will make the playoffs. So it will be a 16-game regular season. Best of 3 quarterfinals, best of 3 semis. I shrunk them from 5 to best of 3 this year. And then we'll play the traditional, best of 5 finals.
Chris Anderson goes down swinging to end the top half of the 5th inning. We'll stay right here. As Concord leads Wayne 2-1. We're here with League President Nick Ducombe on opening night of the 2020 season. So we've talked about everything that had to go into just getting people out here. Everything we had to do just to get people out here to play baseball. What does it feel like for you knowing that every year for the last 100-some plus years we've had baseball going on? What does it mean to you to have the league able to stay active and keep things going through such a global situation that we're facing here?
Well, it's an understatement to call it the most challenging time in my baseball career, either as a player, an owner, manager, league president, league official of any kind. Back to what you were asking me a couple minutes ago, some of the precautions that we're taking, you know, temperature checks when the guys show up to the game, you know, no sharing of equipment. We want the guys and the fans to do the best they can, social distancing on the bench, no handshakes. You know, teams won't even shake hands at the end of the game. A little unusual from what the guys were used to, but you know, I think once we get going for a couple of weeks, get some games under our belt, you know, everybody will be used to it.
Well, speaking of those games, we've got the two top teams from a season ago. Wayne won the championship in a 5-game series win over Concord. Wayne and the Canes back out here tonight. Mentioned we had a tight game. We had two runs for Concord in the first, one for Wayne, and the pitchers kind of settled in, but we've seen a number of different pitchers already. Do you foresee that being something we see throughout the year as guys who, you know, maybe they were college players, haven't played since the middle of March, guys who, you know, normally don't play baseball during the year and usually only play in the league, have been getting warm, you know, in April and May, haven't picked up a ball and glove till June? Is that something you see happening as we go along?
I absolutely see that being the norm, especially this week and next week. I expect the teams to use numerous pitchers to get through a game. I do think as we get into mid-season and the guys get some innings and some reps under their belt, I think it will settle in to, you know, more traditional game. You know, where you'll have a starter, you know, hit the pen a little bit, maybe a closer. I just think right now, you know, nobody's been playing. We don't want to, you know, you don't know what kind of baseball shape the guys' arms are in.
Nate Sides behind in the count. He leads off for Wayne here in the 5th. It'll be Sides followed by Chris Newell and Ed Paparella. Concord on top 2-1. Liam Nihill, third pitcher of the game for Concord. Sides out to right. Under it is May. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And that will bring up Chris Newell. He's 1 for 1. He walked and was caught stealing last time up. Now, as a fellow league manager, what is the most important thing that you are imposing upon your players for a shortened season to try to get off to a good start? Obviously, you said everybody makes the playoffs, but you still want to get that into a good flow of playing good baseball come the start of August. What is the thing you've been communicating to your players leading up to the start of the season?
Well, we've been trying to, you know, certainly self-preparation has always been big.
The fly ball deep to left center. Rowan Terran makes the catch, 2 away here in the 5th.
And, you know, just in the last, you know, week or so, we've been able to have some informal batting practices. So, you know, with our ball club, you know, we're kind of pushing the same model that you're seeing here tonight. We're going to use, tomorrow night we're opening up, we're going to use at least 5 pitchers. You know, we might use 7. We're going to be cycling guys in and out of the lineup. I expect some rust, you know, things like that. So, you know, I just think, you know, once the guys get some reps under them, we get to the 4 or 5 game mark, I really don't anticipate the layoff being as big a deal. You know, as you know, in the Delco League we play 3 to 5 times a week, so the guys will be getting out a lot, getting a lot of reps, a lot of practice. So I really think things will be back to normal in a week or 10 days for most of the teams.
Ed Paparella hits one through the left side, a base hit. He's a 2-out base runner. He represents the tying run as Dan Williams steps up 0 for 2 on the evening. Mentioned Dan Williams is a future first ballot Delco League Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is.
Still out here playing for Wayne. Many-time All-Star, former league MVP. Niall comes home with it. Williams swings and misses.
It's funny you say that. You know, he's definitely a first ballot unanimous decision. There won't be anything there, and you know, we delayed the team of the decade, obviously, which that announcement would have been out by now. But with the pandemic, we delayed that, and Dan has an excellent chance. And by the way, I'm not privy to the results yet. By the way, it's not finalized, but Dan has an excellent chance of, you know, making his second team of the decade.
It's not that often you get to be on the all-decade team in 2 decades. Throw over to first. Paparella back safely.
Mike's just been a fabulous player for a long time. He spent his entire career here with the Wayne franchise, and he's really been a great ambassador for the league. He really cares a lot about the league. He's always trying to, pick it up and promote it.
He takes a called strike there. So Williams at the plate, 2 outs. Paparella at first. Wayne down by a run here, the bottom half of the 5th inning. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, but is able to prevent any further misfortune. The runner stays at first. Lefty is set, pitch comes in, Williams pops it up, foul down the right field line, that'll get out of play. So he'll stay alive. Left-hander's set. And he'll step off. Pitch to Williams on the ground at third. That one bounces up off of the third base baseman. It looks to be John DiMucci now. The new catcher in for Concord. So Dan Williams aboard. Nick, I don't know, would you call that a hit? And there it looked like it kind of ate him up.
It did eat him up a little bit, but I got to say, he didn't get any skin or leather on it. Just bounced right over him. Unfortunate hop there from the infield.
So the first hit of the day for Wayne since the first inning. They've got a runner in scoring position with 2 away. So they'll bring up Anthony Vigiano. Now time called. We'll have a quick conference on the mound. I misspoke. Paparella's single was the first hit since the first inning. So back-to-back hits for Wayne. Tying run at second base with 2 down.
We really can't ask for anything more than this on opening night. The 2 teams that finished the championship last year putting on a good show for the folks that are out and listening and, really having a good quality ball game here.
Vigiano swings and misses. Would you say that objectively that you think these are the 2 teams you might see? Are they the favorites coming into the season, especially in light of the shortened season?
Well, I'm certainly going to do myself a favor there, and right now I see all the teams are favorites. And with everybody making the playoffs, that's part of why I came to that conclusion. In the shortened season, 16 games is not the largest sample size, so I just thought it'd be good. Let's have no buys for quarterfinal series. Somebody could get upset, and as we both know, upsets can be often very entertaining in sports. So we'll just have to see what happens.
A lot of fans talking about the abbreviated Major League season, how 29 fan bases will say there's an asterisk, but one's going to take it and they're not going to care.
Correct. I don't think anybody will care, if they are crowned local league champion at the end of the year.
Anthony Vigiano at the plate. Dan Williams at first. Ed Paparella at second. 2 down. Pitch comes in. Lays off. Well, they try to appeal, but it did not go around.
Of course, we're taking it one day at a time now. I'll obviously be very happy if we can continue to navigate, some of the obstacles and pitfalls that we've been facing, and certainly, we're in uncharted territory here. It was 1 hour at a time. Now we're playing baseball, which is awesome. So I think we're 1 hour.
Vigiano swings and misses, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. No errors, they leave 2. Nick, thanks for the time. We appreciate it, and we'll hopefully check in at some point during the season. Hopefully we're able to keep playing some baseball and keep keep trying to bring some broadcasts to the fans at home who aren't able to make it out. Maybe don't feel safe coming out necessarily. Fine with us. Keep your distance. We'll have action for you here on DelcoLeague.com. Nick Ducombe, Delco League president, thanks for taking the time to stop by. After 5, Concord leads Wayne 2-1. It's opening night here on DelcoLeague.com. Rowan Tarrant leading off the top half of the 6th for Concord, who leads at 2-1. Cam Mathis back on the mound for Wayne. Our thanks again to Delco League President Nick Ducombe. Apologize. Some of you may have had some technical difficulties hearing. We may have had some difficulties with the setup. We're sitting outside here behind home plate. Opening night, first time doing this, trying to navigate with some of the potential issues from a tech standpoint as Tarrant fouls one off. Tarrant 0 for 1. He walked and scored back in the first. He fists that one in the air towards right center. Drifting over and now drifting in is Chris Newell, who'll make the catch to start off the 6th. So Chris Salvi steps in. 1 for 2 with the 2-run home run. First pitch from Cameron Mathis working out the stretch. It clips Salvi on the way by. So he is aboard for the second time. Second hit batter of the night by Wayne pitching. So I'll bring up John DiMucci. DiMucci over 2 on the night. He's since moved to third base. Pitch low in the dirt. Salvi not going anywhere. Pitch in, swung on and missed. That one's low. DiMucci heading the count. 2 balls and a strike. He'll be followed by Eddie May and then Drew Morse. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Well, DiMucci got a piece of it. It was caught by Mutz. So 2-2 the count. To the Concord third baseman. Fouls one off to stay alive. Pitch in the dirt. Mutz keeps it in front of him. Salvi trots back to first base. Count full to John DiMucci. DiMucci fouls that one off a home plate. Three-two pitch, swung on and missed. Cam Mathis with his third strikeout so far in his second inning of work. It's 2 away for Eddie May. First pitch swinging, fouls that one back behind the first base dugout and out of play. Another pitch swung on and fouled out of play. Pitch is high, a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch called, third strike. Cam Mathis, back-to-back strikeouts to end the 6th inning. No runs, no hits. The Canes leave 1. We'll go to the home half of the 6th inning. It's Concord 2, Wayne 1. You're listening to Opening Night on DelcoLeague.com. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Concord leads Wayne 2-1. Here at Devon Prep, new pitcher on the mound for Concord is right-hander Jared Miller. First pitch to Matt Briner, swung on and missed. Bottom of the order for Wayne, Briner, Luke Mutz, Brady Mutz. as the defending champions down by a run on opening night. The field has been now completely engulfed in shadow with the exception of the banner in right center field declaring Devon Prep the 2019 Class 2A Pennsylvania State Champions. As Briner swings and misses, I know minor Delco League celebrity John Sager, proud Devon Prep alum, sitting at home listening right now. Certainly proud of the Tide and their 2 state championships in the last 6 years. As Briner looks at strike 3, he goes down looking for out number 1, his second strikeout of the evening. So I'll bring up Luke Mutz. He's 0 for 2. Looking towards the top of the 7th, it'll be Drew Morse and Bobby Jones and Jared Miller to the plate. Called strike 1 to Luke Mutz. Been some lineup changes, some defensive shifting for Concord, and a lot of the players don't have numbers, so we have no idea what's going on. As another called strike in to Luke Mutz. 0-2, fastball misses low and away. That pitch is up and away. So now it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouled off the netting. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miller looks in, has his sign way up there with that one. So after getting ahead 0-2, the count now full to Luke Mutz. Wayne trails 2-1. They need base runners. Try to get that tying run. Fastball misses wide. So Luke Mutz battles back from down 0-2 to draw 1 out walk. So now it's Brady Mutz's turn. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. That one is low. Gets away from the catcher DiMucci. He can't find it. Luke Mutz will go down to second base. And now the tying run is in scoring position with 1 out. So that one a wild pitch for Jared Miller. That pitch misses. 2-0 the count now. So Miller came out and blew away Matt Briner. Now he's run into some trouble after he got ahead 2-0. Grounded towards first. It'll move the runner. Selvey trying to toss it to Miller. Do they get him in time? They do. But on the play, Luke Mutz moves over to third. I'll go back to the top of the order. Alden Mathis to the plate. 1 for 3 on the night. He doubled to lead things off for Wayne in the 1st. And a line drive out to right and a grounder to second. As Frank Savitsky comes out to talk to his pitcher and catcher. Mathis bats from the left side. Takes the first pitch up and away. The 1-0 is upstairs, so 2-0 the count. Upstairs, Alden Mathis ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. You know, not the worst thing if you put him on here. You never want to put the go-ahead run on base intentionally, but it's the kind of guy that you maybe don't want to let him beat you if you can avoid it. 3-0 pitch. Alden Mathis swings at the 3-0 and he pops it up. Chris Anderson, the second baseman, is over. He makes the catch. And that will retire the side. The tying run stranded 90 feet away. No runs, no hits, just the one left on base. We'll go to the 7th. Concord clings to that 2-1 lead. You're listening to Opening Night on DelcoLeague.com. Drew Morse leads off the top half of the 7th for Concord. New pitcher on the mound for Wayne. Right-hander Joe Peluso. First pitch misses for a ball. The second one on the ground to third. Vigiano scoops it up plenty of time. So 2 pitches, 1 out. Here in the top half of the 7th. Now to bring up Bobby Jones. First pitch swinging, fouls it off the netting behind home plate. On the ground to third. Vigiano plays the hop well. Throw to first in time. 2 outs. Both of the grounder to third base variety. Quickly, 0-2 the count to Jared Miller. Oh, 2 swung on and he got a piece of it, held on to by Brady Mutz, and that will retire the side of 1-2-3 inning for Joe Peluso here in the 7th. Last shot at victory for Wayne in the bottom of the 7th when we come back here on DelcoLeague.com. Another new pitcher on the mound for Concord, not exactly sure who. First pitch into Nate Sides, in for a strike. The 0-1 misses wide for a ball. It's 1-1. Concord leads it 2-1. Last of the 7th. Last opportunity for the defending champions to get back into this ball game as Sides takes low and away. It'll be 2-3-4. Sides, Chris Newell, and Ed Paparella due up for Wayne. So this is the part of the lineup you want batting with the game on the line. Sides swings and hits one off the pole behind home plate. Tucker Whitman, the left-hander on the mound for Concord, in to try to save this one. The lefty winds, pitches in the dirt. Sides takes ball 4, so the tying run is aboard to lead off the home half of the 7th. So Chris Newell will come up. He's 1 for 2, singled in the first, walked, caught stealing in the third, and flew out back in the 5th. Not the part of the order you would bunt with. But they say when you're at home, you play for the tie. So we'll see what happens here. First pitch. Looked like he thought about squaring, but he takes it low and away for a ball, 1-0. Again, not normally something you'd think about doing with your 3-hole hitter, but lefty on lefty matchup. Opening night, we've seen stranger things. 1-0 is low, 2-0 the count. Whitman having trouble finding the strike zone. Tell you, this would be a gut-wrenching loss for Concord if they can't hold on to this one. Throw over to first. Whitman a decent move. Whitman kicks, misses low, 3-0 the count. So 3-0 the count to Chris Newell. Nate Sides, the batter at first, or Nate Sides, the runner at first, rather, drew a walk during his plate appearance. Sucker Whitman from the stretch, the 3-0. That one misses outside. And now the tying run is in scoring position. The winning run at first base, both by virtue of the free pass. The 9th walk issued by Concord pitching. That is certainly an early season opening night sort of number. So Ed Paparella steps in. Veteran right fielder takes one low. Paparella 1 for 2, struck out in the first, walked in the third, singled in the fifth. Whitman set, eyes, sides at second. Pitch comes in, Paparella swings on the ground through the hole into left field. They're waving sides around third. The throw is not in time. We are tied. Runner on his way to third. The tag is in time. They catch Newell on the base paths for the second time, trying to get the extra base, go from first to third, and put the winning run on third base. Instead, the game is tied on an RBI single by Ed Paparella. He is at first base. Newell is out at third for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Dan Williams, 1 for 3 on the day. Paparella represents the winning run here in the home half of the 7th inning. Whitman set, first pitch to Williams. Takes the fastball for ball 1. The 1-0. Williams takes for another ball. It's 2-0. Williams probably going to be taking here unless he gets a fastball right down Broadway. The 2-0. Swings, of course, after I said that. Fouls it off back out of play. Almost hits an unsuspecting fan who was picked that moment to look at his phone. So 2-1 the count. Williams still ahead. Wayne has tied it at 2 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Whitman's pitch swung on and missed. Now the count goes to 2-2. Two on its way. Runner goes. No, he doesn't. Pitches outside. Paparella went and then stopped. So the count full to Dan Williams. Runner on first, one out. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. And that one's upstairs. And now Dan Williams draws a walk, and the winning run is now in scoring position. The 3rd walk of the inning issued by Tucker Whitman. No activity going on behind the Concord dugout. So this is Tucker Whitman's inning for the time being, and he's got the winning run in scoring position. Anthony Vigiano steps in. 0 for 1, struck out and walked twice. Takes a called strike. Doesn't like it. His walk, with the bases loaded in the first, brought home Wayne's only run until here in the 7th. If he can get a base hit here, he may win the ball game for Wayne. The 0-1. That one's a called strike. Vigiano steps out. It's turned into a gorgeous evening here out at Devon Prep. 0-2. Giano pops it up. Out to right. Catch is made by Eddie May. Paparella has to stay at second. 2 away. Now Matt Briner will have a chance to win the game, or at least extend the inning. Tied at 2-2 here on opening night. Wayne, the defending champions, have trailed the entire game until this point right here, where the RBI single by Paparella earlier this inning tied it. As the first pitch to Matt Briner misses, Paparella now represents the winning run out at second base. Dances around off second base. Whitman eyes him, now time called. Paparella with a huge lead. And with 2 outs, he'll be running on contact. So a base hit almost assuredly will win the ball game for Wayne. Pitch comes in. Briner takes low and away. DiMucci pops up. But Paparella scampers back to second base. Briner batting from the left side. Whitman, a left-handed pitcher. A number of left-handers taking the mound for Concord tonight. Pitch. Taken for a called strike. It's low. 3-1 now the count to Briner. Should he get aboard without the game ending, Luke Mutz waits on deck. Dan Williams at first, means base runner means nothing. Ed Paparella, the man at second base, representing the winning run. Whitman kicks the 3-1, is low. Now the bases are loaded with a winning run 90 feet away. The 4th walk of the inning. The 11th of the game now issued by Concord pitching. We're going to have another change, and it looks like Frank Savitsky is going to come in. Try to put away Luke Mutz. Savitsky, the manager slash pitcher for the Canes. So he'll take some warm-up pitches. Daylight now starting to become a bit of a problem. We see the sun pretty close to setting if it hasn't set already, but it has dipped out of view behind the houses on the third base side here at Devon. Cloud cover, concordant with the storms that have come through and spritzed the area with some drops. No rain expected through 9 o'clock, but should this game continue much longer, daylight becomes your enemy. So Frank Savitsky on now to try to retire Luke Mutz. Ed Paparella at third, Dan Williams at second, Matt Briner at first. First pitch misses for ball one. Savitsky, the sixth Concord pitcher. The 1-0. Taken inside, 2-0. So Luke Mutz now in a position to be choosy with this one. That one catches the outer half. 2-1 the count. Two-one pitch to Mutz on the way. Swung on, fouled off the catcher's gear. So 2-2 the count. Two pitches outside, so the count goes full. This is the pitch of the ball game here. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. In a tie ball game, the full count. Savitsky winds, the runners go, swung on and hit down the third baseline, but foul. So we'll do it again, the highest of drama. But these two teams, like we said, played in the finals last season. Right back at it here tonight. 3-2 pitch. Fisted foul again. Mutz fighting off these pitches from Savitsky. With 2 strikes, he has to protect the plate, but with 3 balls, he can win it if he takes ball 4. Here we go again, the 3-2, swung on and missed. Savitsky comes in and walks the tightrope, but fans Mutz to retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit. Wayne leaves the bases loaded. Even more free baseball out here at Devon. We're going to go to the 8th. It's Concord 2, Wayne 2. You're listening to Opening Night here on DelcoLeague.com. We're back here at Devon Prep. The umpires are walking off due to darkness. This game has been called. Opening night has ended in a tie. Wayne with a couple of chances to win it in the bottom of the 7th inning. Instead, only able to get the 1 run. 3 walks in the inning, 4 walks in the inning, 1 single. But Frank Savitsky comes in, and it's not a save. It's not a win, but it almost feels like a save for Savitsky to preserve at least the tie. So the two teams that finished last season in the championship series start this one on level pegging. Both teams a half game ahead of, well, I guess maybe a quarter of a game ahead of everyone else in the league in the standings. Our final score from Devon Prep, Concord 2, Wayne 2. For Concord, just the 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors. They left 4 on base. For Wayne, 2 runs on 5 hits. They drew 11 walks in the ball game and left 12 on in 7 innings. So certainly disappointment for Concord not to win this one, leading since the 4th batter of the ball game. Wayne left 12 guys on base, not able to come through and score more than just 2 runs. So a fitting result here on opening night. Both teams come away with the tie. Concord 2, Wayne 2. Thanks for listening to tonight's inaugural Delco League live audio broadcast. Tonight's game was sponsored by the Sports Legends of Delaware County Museum, and our thanks to them. We hope to have some more broadcasts through you occasionally throughout the season. Not sure when the next one will be, but we'll be live on DelcoLeague.com at some point. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Joe Greenwich, signing off here from Devon Prep. Final score, Concord 2, Wayne 2 on opening night here in the Delco League. Thanks for listening. Take care, everybody.